warm welcome once again to the southernmost tip of China on the banks of the South China Sea to Zhuhai, the Zhuhai International Circuit, where Motorsport Asia brings you the latest action from round 10 of the 2013 GT Asia Championship. I'm Jonathan Green, and we've already had action here from round 9, so cars are dialed in, they know the circuit, and it's certainly getting very competitive here as we approach round 10. Well, round 9 had everything. Earl Bamber leading them away, but a brilliant start from Mika Hakkinen in the Mercedes. But his teammate Arnold would pull off soon after and out of contention. And there were crashes galore as well. Several drivers coming together, including the leaders. But it was Mika Hakkinen and Matthew Solomon for Erebus Racing and Mercedes taking the win. Great day out at the races for round 9. Can they do the same in round 10? Well, here's how the Drivers' Championship looks. Li Zikong is out front with 123 points. Off with some Frank Yu. It's still very tight between McLaren and the Aston Martin. One celebrating 50 years, the other celebrating 100 years, ironically. And in the Teams' Championship, Audi R8 are out front with 190 points ahead of Clear Water Racing with 180 points. Craft Racing with 163 points, losing out now. AAMC GT Cup drivers points like this. Li Zikong leading with 59, and Jeffrey Lynn marching with 54, Frank Yu with 52, and Mockman Sung far behind, 9 points. Rolling start again then, and it's the Mercedes that leads the way. Both of them on the front row. Let's take a look at the layout of this Zhuhai International Circuit. 1.3 kilometres in all, 12 turns. It's tricky. There's plenty of places to overtake. Conditions, as you can see, a little bit of wind, but really track temperature's perfect for racing. And round 9 is anything to go by. We're in for a cracking race. Here's the grid then. Lance David Arnold in pole position. And fellow Mercedes, Matthew Solomon and Mika Hakkinen, winners of round 9 on side. Then the championship fight. Li Zikong in 3rd place, and Mika and Frank Yu in 4th. And the Aston Martin draft racing. Year-long battle between those two. Jeffrey Lee and Marchi Lee, the Audi leading the Teams' Championship. McLaren and Mockman Sung and Ketasawa of Japan for Clearwater in 3rd in the Teams' Championship. Much better showing last time out from Sanson Chan and Earl Bamber. They both drove brilliantly in the Ford. Haman and Ro Charles in 8th position. Philip Ma and Chen Kong Fu are in 9th with the Audi, getting some extra points for that Audi West, as Francis Honda and Alex Schultz doing the same. Su in 11th position for LKM, and the Porsche ahead of the 458 Ferrari of Pasin Lathouras. Can he come back? He's got a penalty, and that's why he's back down in 12th position. Here we go then. The Mercedes will be side by side as they head off the line to start this round 10 from Zhuhai. There's one round to go after this. Good start from the Ford. As the Aston goes to the outside, Frank Yu looking for a way past. Li Zikong with the Porsche on the inside, now Jinx to the outside. But it's the 63 of Arnold that leads them through. And pushing very hard, Frank Yu, and I got it too close there. As Yu goes round for the Aston Martin team and Craft Racing. And that's disaster at the first turn in round 10 for Frank Yu, as Arnold takes advantage of that. The McLaren makes up a space. Li Zikong up to 3rd place. Good start from the Ford too. So a good start from the youngster Solomon, but his teammate right behind him. Lance David Arnold looking for a way past early stages. Mockman Sung still in 3rd. Pasin Lathouras getting very aggressive, and he's already right behind the number 98 of Philip Marr. And he's coming up through, starting from 12th with that penalty. And side his way through as he's done before. Fascinating driver, just 19 years of age, from Thailand, of course, and that was another brilliant move. That's the beauty. Oh, Frank Yu in trouble again already. So that's the 2nd time he's been off. And meanwhile, we're back with the leaders, and they're pulling away from Mock in 3rd place. Now, it looks as though Lance David Arnold in the 63 in 2nd place, away from Ketasawa. Here's another look at the start. Well, Arnold had the start, but he gets a bit of a nudge here, and I think gets pushed offline, because that's what allows Solomon to get the lead briefly. So topsy-turvy race between the two Mercedes drivers. Great to see them in, and great to see Erebus as well involved. And here is the overtake now. Through they come, and nicely done by Lance David Arnold as he takes the lead on the back straight, heading towards and underneath the Red Bull Bridge towards the start-finish. Mika Hakkinen watching on. And they've just swapped position now. Arnold lead from Solomon, then Mok Winsung still third. And then Lee Kong in fourth place, ahead of Pasin Lathouras. And that's the man everybody's been watching. He's come from 12th to 5th in the opening few corners there, and that's a brilliant start by him. He got ahead of Philip Ma, we saw that. Laman still 8th, and Xu Luk-Young, who started 11th, he's got up there as well. And there's the 888 of Honda and Alex Young. Not a good start by them. And Arnold now with that lead has pulled away at the front from the number 36. Mok still there in third, and he's going to be under pressure from this man, Lee Kong, and the points are important, and Pasin Lathouras may not be in the championship. Through comes Tamsin Chan and Earl Bamber's car. There it is, the Ford, beautifully painted, number 5. And under pressure itself now from Philip Ma. Jeffrey Lee still top 10. Honda just ahead of Frank Yu, who is struggling to say the least. The man who started round 9 anyway, leading the championship, and that has come to now a third place and not a good finish. It looks like in round 10 they're going to have to pull off a miracle to get a really good result here in round 10. So the race starting to take shape, but it could all go out the window when we have our mandatory pit stops. That coming up, we'll take a short break. We'll be back with more action from round 10 for this. Welcome back to Zhuhai, where Lance David Arnold, the German, has just set the fastest lap of 1:35.8 in that SLS AMG Mercedes-Benz. And this is an incident with Jeffrey Lee involved by the looks of things. What happened there? Well, Jeffrey Lee just pulling out of the way. Lee Kong in the number 2 Porsche. Lee Kong currently in 4th place, but as you can see, Pasin Lathouras the tie as the two young 19-year-olds go at it. And this is the future of GT racing in Asia between these two for sure. I think they'll be fighting each other track to track for the next few years. And it's been exciting this year, and I think it'll continue long into the future. Lee Kong has had his moments, and he's been fighting for the championship. Pasin just coming in later, but as soon as the AF Course team came in with that 458 Ferrari, they have been competitive. Everybody getting ready for the pit stops. Frank Yu taking his pit stop now for Craft Racing, and this is critical. And a terrible start to round 10. Stefan Muka has got a mountain to climb if the German is going to go well. Strategy very important as to when you take the stop in terms of traffic and how quickly you can get in. Lance David Arnold, the experienced German, I'd forgotten, raced of course here back in 2011 with Mika Hakkinen and Chen Kong-fu in the 6 hours of Zhuhai, so they know the circuit well. Out goes Chen Kong-fu, talking of which, but he of course racing for Audi. His former teammate does his pit stop. Lee Kong is in too. Stefan Muka explodes out the pit lane. Lee Kong waits, and this is the worst part for the driver. Must seem like an eternity. Philippe Decum on the watch. Here's the important role to make sure they get it right. Pasin Lathouras now up to 2nd place in the shuffle, yet to come in. Here's a big changeover as Earl Bamber prepares himself for his stint in the Ford GT3. And away goes the Mercedes. So far, everybody cleanly in and out, but out goes the 63 of Lance David Arnold of Erebus Motorsport. 2nd place at the moment. Remember that mechanical difficulty, just warms the tyres as he heads out. Smart move by him, bags of experience. Did a lot of Porsche Super Cup racing in his past as the German. Done a lot of long distance races here at Zhuhai, as well as back in Germany at the Nordschleife. Out goes the Lamborghini. In comes Pasin Lathouras, the tie. Now the 458 team of AF Corsa have been brilliant in the past. Here comes the 36. Mika Hakkinen in the car in that famous helmet. of the Finn. Two-time a world champion in Formula One, Mika Hakkinen. I remember meeting him back in his Formula 3 days, and he told me back then, at Donington Park one cold morning, he was going to be world champion. And I laughed and scoffed and said, well, you're confident? And he said, yes, I am. Well, history proved he was right on the money. So then the shuffle almost over, and we're now going to get the run in for the finish of round 10. Earl Bamber in the car, in the Ford. Out comes Alex Young by the looks of things in 7th place, and he's passed Charles Rowe. Came together with him last time out, and now they're going to do the same again. It looks like it. They're going hammer and tooth, side by side. Hakkinen holding, and away goes the Finn. Steaming away, and he just gets ahead of Pasin Lathouras. That could be an interesting battle. On board with Hakkinen now. Beautifully played, and that was the deal they wanted, was to get out ahead of Pasin Lathouras, and that was a very, very good pit stop. Back with Earl Bamber, under pressure from Alex Young. Well, what's wrong with Earl Bamber? Because that was a little too easy for the 888, but he's gone through all the same. And I wonder if there's something wrong with that Ford. Goddard watches on. Lance Arnold in first place. Lee Kong in front of you in the number 2, just ahead of Kitasawa in the McLaren. Then Mika Hakkinen 4th, Pasin Lathouras 5th, and Chen Kong Fu in 6th place, former teammate to Mika Hakkinen here in Zhuhai a couple of years ago. Siu is up to 7th, Alex Young 8th. Charles Rowe is in 9th position. There's Hakkinen just in the background. How fast can he be? Earl Bamber looks terminal. It is terminal. And sadly, that stint came to nothing. One pit stop, he was only in the car less than a lap. Samson Chan says, sorry mate, but that is Craft Racing's day for you over. They're 3rd place in the championship now under pressure. Siu, talking of pressure, is under pressure from Alex Young, but not for long. Past goes the former Formula 1 man. First Malaysian in Formula 1, Alex Young. Remember his career coming up? I bought him a compass when he was 18, poor lad, because he kept going in the gravel and get it wrong and spinning round. Well, again, he's another man who rose to the top. Brilliant driver in his time, and continues to be right at the height of his powers at the moment. And this GT Asia Championship really bringing out the best of Asian motorsport. And it really is purple patch for this series. Great drivers, the best cars in the world, and now Asia starting to build and maintain some of the best circuits. Number 63, Lance David Arnold of Erebus, leading the way and powering on what he hopes will be his first win here in the series. Mika Hakkinen in 4th, trying to hold off Pasin Lathouras. So Lathouras doing a good job, the youngster. Stay with the Mercedes, we know it's a good car. 458 is also a very nicely prepared car too, and fast as well, as you can see. On board with Lathouras, where is he quicker? Is the traffic going to help him? McLaren in front of both of them. Lathouras putting the headlights on, that won't intimidate Hakkinen. But it's the right idea. No question. Hakkinen just coming through now, and Lathouras are coming fast. Down the straight they come. Nervous moments in the McLaren pit. Yes, exactly. Says it all. But it's Arnold that leads from Lee Kong. Kitasawa in 3rd place it is. Not Mott. Kitasawa not slow at all. And Hakkinen, though, is catching him. Lathouras trying to hang in there. Alex Young still in 6th place. Hakkinen's pulled away from Pasin just a little bit. And this is shaping up to be a battle royal to the finish, and it's going to be touch and go. Kitasawa under pressure. Pasin Lathouras actually is doing a pretty good job. He's lost a little bit of ground to Hakkinen, but not enough where he can't catch it up, for sure. It only needs Hakkinen to get stuck behind the McLaren of Kitasawa. If he does get behind him, as Lee's got a little bit of a gap to the McLaren, there it is. But Hakkinen is coming fast for sure, and Lathouras is going with him. This is really quite intriguing, a battle for the finish. Pit stops are all done, and now it really is nervous times for Mott Winsung as he hopes that Kitasawa will stay on the podium. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with more from GT Asia Zhuhai after this. back to Zhuhai in China as Mercedes are ploughing on with Lance David Arnold of Germany and Erebus Motorsport to another victory. Matthew Solomon, the 17-year-old, won in round 9, and it looks as though they're going to do the same again, but this time with Lance Arnold. Li Kong is hanging on to second place. Keta Sauer, more importantly, is hanging desperately on to third, and Mika Hakkinen, the former world champion from Formula One, and Pasin Lathouras, the young Thai, are right on his heels in the closing stages as we go on board with the Flying Finn. Well, this is the sort of challenge that Mika loves. McLaren of Keta Sauer. He's still new relatively to the car, but Keta really can get in anything. Japanese, and I'm sure he's just warming up for Macau. Oh, the dust flies up. I think that was Li Kong that threw that up. He's pushing hard too in the closing stages, but look at these three. There's nothing between them, and Sauer is a sitting duck at the moment. McLaren versus Mercedes versus Ferrari. Three beautiful state-of-the-art racing cars and three of the finest drivers in the world. Very differing ways of getting to this point as Arnold comes towards the checkered flag. Last lap. You look at the gap he's pulled away. Nobody there on the straight. You have to wait and wait and wait. And here they come finally, Li Kong. This is the battle behind that we're watching. And, well, Pasin Lathouras, I don't think Mika Hakkinen's going to make an imprint on Keta Sauer in this last lap, but Pasin Lathouras of Thailand just may make one last challenge. Here we go, Li Kong, and the number 2 Porsche goes through. He's just got to hold on to second place. Keta Sauer isn't close enough to challenge him. Mika Hakkinen's going to have to do something very special in order to catch the McLaren, but Pasin Lathouras just might be able to do something. Heading towards the back of the circuit. The thing with this circuit is there's plenty of places to overtake, and one mistake is all it takes. And Mika is lining up behind Keta Sauer, and that's only going to play into the hands of Pasin. Will Mika Hakkinen, the Mercedes team, on the wall to greet Lance David Arnold, the German, who's done a brilliant job in the German car, the beautiful SLS GT3. Oh no! What? He slowed right down. This can't be. And I can't believe it. What Sung is cheering. The Mercedes has just slowed down to turtle pace. And sure enough, Li Kong's going to come round the corner and take the lead dramatically here in the closing stages. They can't believe it on the pit wall. Mika Hakkinen looking for second place. He looks to the inside of the McLaren and goes for it. Hakkinen takes second in the number 36 Erebus, but he goes wide. Does he lose out? Yes, he misses out. Well, Hakkinen made the lunge and it didn't stick. Keta Sauer has kept on to second place. Hakkinen made a mistake. And Pasin Lathouras has also got up to third place. What a dramatic finish. Li Kong takes the checkered flag ahead of Keta Sauer in second place. Pasin Lathouras and the Ferrari takes third. But it's a home win for Li Kong. And the Chinese crowd are delighted with that. And he deserves it. Great result also for Keta Sauer and Mok Sung as the McLaren comes over the line in second place. Poor old Hakkinen has to settle for fourth position and battles throughout. Well, round 9 was good, round 10 was better. It had everything. Philippe Gong of Asia Racing delighted with that. And well, he might be, but what the typical sign of motor racing. The triumph and the tragedy as Arnold stops back, having had the race at his disposal, only to be caught short at the last minute. Li Kong then coming through to take victory ahead of Keta Sauer, Pasin Lathouras, Hakkinen 4th, Alex Young 5th, Rochal 6th, and Stefan Muka in 7th in the Aston Martin, Chen Kong Fu in 8th, and Arnold, a no finish for him. So close to winning. That is bitter, bitter disappointment for the Mercedes team. Keta Sauer is delighted with his performance, and well, he might be. Great race by him. And the Chinese fans enjoying every moment. I think there's a new young hero in this man, Li Kong. I think you should remember his name. He's got a big future. They do. It's one thing you can say about Chinese fans is once they get behind you, it is for the rest of your career. Pasin Lathouras, though, is picking up some Thai fans along the way. Another good result, including his mum and pop. There they are. And well done to Keta Sauer and Mok Sung. that combination since Hamaguchi racing by Sauer, and they've gone very well indeed. Thumbs up then. Li Zikong with the win for Porsche, an important one too. Massive one. And you can see it's all written over the face of Philippe Lecoq, team manager. So congratulations to the top three. Let's go down to the press conference and hear from the winner, number 2 Porsche of Li Zikong.
I have a very good pace in the last part of the race, so in the race it's very safety for me. Just the start, a little bit fight, and a lot of pressure with Sauer and Pasin, and for me it's just try my best to keep the good pace and finish the race. I'm very happy, I'm very lucky, and I catch up the Mercedes in last lap, finish P1, very happy, and thank you my team.
And in second place, the number 1 McLaren 12C of Sauer and Mok Winsung.
We've got a 5-second pit stop penalty, so my job was to try to pull at least a 5-second gap, and I didn't quite do that. I pulled a 2-second or 2 to 3 second gap when I handed over the car, but other than that, I had a fairly uneventful stint, and I spent the rest of the race watching and cheering this guy here. He did a fantastic job. I think we were jumping up and down, we're biting nails, and I think we've got quite a good footage of me getting all excited.
Hakkinen is coming step by step, last 5 laps. So last hairpin, I saw the Miller. He did the so late braking. So I care for him to keep the space, but he overshooting over there. And finally, P2 is really, really good, great result for us. I will happy to give him to 2 podium in a row this weekend.
And a brilliant run for the number 83 458 Ferrari of Pasin Lathouras, 12th to 3rd.
Everybody in the top 4, top 5, we have all this almost identical lap time. I did not see anybody gaining on anybody. And until the last couple of laps when Mika, he gained on Zhuhai, and I was just waiting for something to happen, and eventually something did happen, and I end up here. So
as the sun sets in Zhuhai, here's how the championship looks now. Li Zikong still out front with 142 points. Mok Winsung firmly in second place with 128. Frank Yu not that far behind, 125. Stefan Mika still in 4th place. Team R8 LMS 212, but it's close. Clearwater Racing 206. Those two going head-to-head for the overall title. Craft Racing in 3rd. Asia Racing, though, catching them in 4th. And in terms of the Macau Cup for the drivers, it's Li Zikong with 78, Mok Winsung with 65, Pasin Lathouras now in 3rd, moving 1 ahead of Frank Yu. So Lathouras on the move, and it's China who leads as they head to Macau. Well, what a dramatic weekend of racing for round 10. Didn't start well at all for Frank Yu. 2 Mercedes led and were the hares early on. Plenty of drama going on through the midfield and throughout the race. And we thought that it was going to be Arnold's race, but it turned out that in the end it was China, Li Zikong, who came through to take victory here in China at Zhuhai. What a race, what a weekend. Congratulations to this young Chinese driver. Remember his name, Li Zikong. From me, Jonathan Green, until next time at Macau, goodbye for now.